So I guess today's video is a rant video, and I'm not going to title it that. I don't want it to be that, but I guess it is that. And it's mainly about console wars, especially VR console wars. Now, just to headline this or bullet point it, I don't think VR is big enough for people to basically subjectively dismiss one headset altogether. To basically say, this headset is no good for you, dismissing all the games associated with that headset as well. For me personally, I like PC VR, I like PSVR 2, and I love Quest. And I think they've all got their own positives that make it okay to like them all. Being someone who's online and obviously being out there on all these different social platforms and seeing all these conversations, I don't want to call them arguments, there's almost incestuous qualities to these communities that if someone who is new to VR would wander into, would honestly believe that PSVR is terrible or Quest is terrible. And being in the middle of it and seeing it is just, I mean, it's quite insane to me. I would not want to be a VR owner or a fan of VR and not have played Horizon Call of the Mountain. Nor would I want to be someone who loves VR and have not played Batman Arkham Shadow. Now, I know some of you might be like, well, that's because you're privileged. Yeah, you own all of them. I've got a Pimax in the back. I've got Pico. And a lot of these headsets are sent to me, but I do buy some of my games, and I have bought headsets in the past, and I do buy stuff all the time, to be honest, to keep up with everything that's going on in VR. But I already know, regardless of where I am now, even before companies were sending me hardware, when I owned PSVR, I pretty much bought most games. I just wanted more VR all the time. The same thing happened with Quest. I think that there's games on both platforms that are just so good that they're unmissable. And admittedly, the one thing that has suffered out of all of this is my flat gaming. I don't get to play many flat games. They have to be pretty special. And that's because I guess there is a limit, isn't there, to how much money you have and how much time and resources you have. So I think a lot of my time and money is spent on virtual reality because I genuinely believe it's just so much better than normal gaming. There are great games out there. I play Call of Duty Black Ops. It's probably the most significant flat game purchase I've done in a long time or invested in a long time. But I'm kind of happy with those kind of investments because I'm going to be playing that game for at least a year. But outside of that, it's all VR for me, you know. And I would argue that this year in particular has been absolutely fantastic. And I just, like, when I see people who haven't played Batman Arkham Shadow, which I think is the standout title for me so far in 2024, tell others online that it's a bad game, not to experience it in VR, I just think it's crazy. I just think it's unjustified. And I think what people should be honest about is say, oh, I haven't got a Quest, I can't afford it. Or I don't want to go into that ecosystem, but what I've heard is this particular guy who reviewed it, send them that way. You know, don't shut other people down or make them scared to experience other headsets and other games, because you're kind of damaging VR as a whole. I think, especially on this channel, it's a big mix. There's a lot of people who have PSVR 2 and a lot of people who have Quest, and obviously I build this audience, and that's because I like it all. So I play PCVR, I play Quest, and I play PSVR 2, so therefore people will come to this channel via all three. And that's why it's so interesting when I do community posts about this stuff, and I see just so much conflict. And I don't know why I'm making this video. I've seen it everywhere today, and I guess it's because I haven't checked recently on Reddit, on X, in my own community tabs, on my own comments, my own videos. I think people just need to take a step back and realizing they could be doing a lot of harm to the technology that they enjoy. I definitely feel that if you own a headset and you own a particular game, you can critique that headset and you can critique that game. But if you're going to simply just bash something because you don't want to own it, then I feel you're not supporting VR as a technology in the right way. There is an argument that console wars are good in some capacity because it might push another platform forward. But I don't really see that at the moment. I still don't see VR has grown significantly enough to warrant hate on the other platform that you don't enjoy. I just want you guys to try and be a bit more positive, you know, just show a bit more support and send people places for the correct information. if someone's looking for a Quest, then and they're in the PSVR 2 Reddit because they've got PSVR 2, very rarely are you going to find the answer you want. Same again on Quest. If someone's in the Quest Reddit and asks, should I get a PSVR 2? I would argue the majority are going to tell you no, because they haven't got that headset or they just don't believe in it. So I would say, just to close out, I think every headset has a reason to buy it. And they've all got their own merits and they've all got their own fantastic games, and they all deliver in some way at some point some amazing experience that you just can't get anywhere else. And exclusivity of gaming isn't going to go anywhere. It's something that drives the industry. And I think we're quite lucky that at the moment VR hardware, especially the stuff that I enjoy most, like PSVR 2 and Quest 3, aren't crazy expensive. You know, like $300, $400 for a pre-owned PSVR 2, $250 to $300 for a pre-owned Quest 3. There's gateways in there. There's ways in. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if I'm going to post this. I probably won't, but I've got it on record for myself. In case I do post it, thank you for liking and subscribing. I very much look forward to your comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.